And I saw Liz, I saw all these people, man. NAMI, man. NAMI is responsible for CIT here, training police officers. Huh? You don't see that on the news when you see the whole police thing, right? NAMI was responsible for a signature program called Opening Doors to Recovery that gave me an opportunity to get in the door. Because everybody was scared of me even after I got sober, man. They said, well, watch him. Watch him. I'm thinking, y'all chill out, man. You know what I'm saying? Watch him. Watch him. Now they're watching me on TV. Amen? Yeah. Now they're watching me on the World Wide Web. Amen? So keep watching. And when my voice comes back, it's coming down. But, you know, this is the thing. We did improve the delivery of NAMI signature programs. When it says, another thing that usually is a challenge for us, funding is usually a challenge. And when we got together and we started coming up with ideas about how to improve that, we said we're going to have a symposium. And I remember when that was a thought. See, a year ago, this whole consumer council thing was a thought in a conversation. And then we went back and we talked about it for a hot minute. And then we started, see, Geoff is a concrete dude. Geoff and Valik, they're concrete. Whew, big time. And Geoff said, well, I think we should write this down. I said, yeah, write it down.
That's the reason y'all make such a good team.
I know, right? Write it down, right? Valik, he's like, I think we should type it and put it on the thing. You know? Yes. Me and Gwendolyn talking, I think we should just go do it. Henry said, man, let me put it in my GPS. Henry was born before GPSs, I'm sorry. But anyway, that thought that was a year ago, last Friday, that symposium was the Champions of Recovery Awards. Where's the thing is going? The Champions of Recovery Awards, we gave awards to people across the state. The commissioner, different partners that we've had. We partnered with the local CSB. We brought together over 350 people came, and we gave them barbecue chicken dinners. Because I've been to, see, you know how like you learn concrete, you read things in the book and it says do this and you do it? See, I learned by the way things don't work. I've been to 1 million conferences and they had them plastic sandwiches, not like the ones we had today. Those were good sandwiches. Y'all think those were good sandwiches? We thought they were good. But I've been to the ones with the wrap thing. It's like, man, come on, man, let's go to church and get some meat, man. You know, we said we're going to have a symposium, and we're going to bring some people in. We're going to give them some barbecue chicken and some, what kind of dessert we had?
Banana pudding and
peach cobbler. Banana pudding. You with me?
What's good?
I was watching the people, man. Yeah. I'm watching people eating them sandwiches too. You know? Most people eat sandwiches are serious people anyway. But anyways, I don't have a big history with stuff that's got green stuff with it, lettuce and all that kind of stuff. They're working on me though. They're working on me, trust me. They're giving me green stuff to drink and everything. I'm like, what is this? Drink it, Bill, drink it. I ain't drinking that. But that's the way recovery works. When I was standing there and I looked at that auditorium and there was more people there than was at this conference today. And you know what I thought about then? I thought about we should have done all this together. Yes. All of those people should have saw you and you should have saw all those people. We gotta stop this thing where we can't do that and we can't do that and we can't do that and we can't do that. Because when we first had this idea a year ago, and me and Faye was talking about some things. That's Faye Taylor. She is the president of NAMI-GA. See, I called Faye on the phone, And when I call on the phone, she always lets her phone ring like to the last ring. Maybe she's hoping that I'll think she ain't there and hang up. I always let it ring. And then I give up. I say, her machine's getting ready to come on. And she says, hello? And then I laugh. And I see she tricked me again. I called Faye. I said, Faye, man, listen, we need to do this. She said, Bill, I tell you what, why don't you call me back? I'm going to have to think about that. That's right. Bill, we're going to have to figure out how that's going to work. It worked. Yes, it worked. It worked. That's what I thought about when I saw those 300 people out there. I said, it worked. It worked. Belief systems changing systems. What happened was those people were from different programs all across the state. Programs where people don't leave. Some of them little people, I got people call me and said, man, Bill, my people, they said, man, they ain't never seen that many people before, except on TV. You know what I'm saying? A little girl, I heard a little girl, she said to me, and I call everybody little, right? Well, when I get to eat, drinking, to eat those green things, I guess I'll be little too. But anyway, I heard a little lady say, how come we got to leave so early? And the lady said, because transportation is here. And she said, but don't they work for us? Can't they wait? I'm not ready to leave. I haven't won my prize yet. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's what the consumer voice sounds like. I'm not ready to leave, and if you're taking me, how come I got to leave when you get ready to go? Hell, I'm the one that you're taking somewhere. Right? That's what I heard when I heard her say that. You know, she's right. You're working for her, providing transportation, but you're telling her when she's got to leave. Something wrong with that. That's like a cab pulling up, you walking down the street and say, get in. You say, I don't need a cab, get in. Say, you ain't getting ready to do it, right? You understand what I'm saying? Or like trying to get Gwen to drink her sleepy time tea. So, yeah. You know, it don't work. But that's what is happening. A year ago, we sat down, it was the thought. Today, it's a reality. That's what has to happen in NAMI. We can't have these long-range projections that will be gone before they happen. People are dying every day because recovery ain't reaching them, because the message ain't reaching them. We can't keep letting this time elapse while we're having meeting after meeting. Man, come on, man. Let's put our hands on this thing, man. Check this out, man. I know you know what I'm talking about. I know you got loved ones that need they need a more innovative treatment model. They need to have more inclusive services. They need to have services that speak to them in their native language instead of Dr. Dude's language. You understand what I'm saying? Because I remember how I used to feel when I was talking to Dr. Dude, right? I'm not getting ready to do anything he says. He's a whack. Right? I'd suggest you, man. You understand? It wasn't going to work. Culturally, it wasn't going to work. Now, if Valik would have been my doctor, I probably would have tried it. Yeah, man, try this. I say, what is it? He's coming down. You understand? And we're sober today.
Yes, yes.
I was high for 40 years. I'm sober today. Y'all think that's a big deal? Come on here. Yeah.
Bill, are they going to be able to ask y'all questions?
What time is this thing on?
At 3.
Anybody got any questions? Yes.
Okay, how are you similar and different from MACN?
Well, we are similar in that we all have the lived experience and we all have diagnosis. How are we different? I think that it's not about difference. We're different because we're part of a different agency, but we're similar in that I am a CPS as well. I'm part of them. You understand what I'm saying? So how are we different? We're not different, but we can. They can't be everywhere at one time, and neither can we. How are we different? Because we're willing to work with them on any level. How are things different? Because together we're stronger. How is that different? Is because Gwen is the CPS. Valik's getting ready to become a CPS. I'm a CPS and cares. That's why I've just seen Owen here. I'm teasing him. I love him, man. You understand what I'm saying? 8 years ago, I wasn't nothing but a criminal. You know, the first certification I got that let me know it was possible was the NAMI peer-to-peer. You understand?
So what about also, you can strengthen the family members because we're merging all of our experiences instead of just one particular.
Yes, because we need to become inclusive. Also, with the Consumer Council, we have the opportunity to create in partnership whatever's going to work for our community. Whatever's going to get the message. We're fortunate we have Valik. You know what I'm saying? And he's a computer genius. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget the day me and him was talking, and I say, hey man, so what do you do? He said, man, I do quite a few things. I draw, I paint, I get that. He said, oh, and I know a little bit about computers. A little bit about computers, what does that mean? He never has said, admitted yet, I'm a computer genius, right? But he is, right? And so when I found out that he was a computer genius, I said to myself, yes, right? And I asked him, I said, hey man, what do you think about creating a website? Poof. Yes, what do you think about creating, poof. You know what I'm saying? Gosh. You know, that's like Geoff. Geoff wrote the bylaws and I think we need a law for that because we did run into some barriers, less problems of money, property, prestige, people saying all different kinds of things. We have to put some things into place to make this a safe place for kids to play, right? So y'all gonna let us out to play. We want it to be safe, right? We're big kids now, right? So we want to put safeguards into place so that our partnerships are safe, that our communities are safe. And I don't think there's anybody better to carry that message. I do know that NAMI plans at some point to roll this out across the state. At that time, there will be a vetting and election process. That process has not been ultimately designed, but I know at this time they are virtually prepared to do this in the affiliates. I know at this time that we are in the process of the reaffiliation, and right after that's over, we're putting committee and personnel together that's going to be available to affiliates to start their own consumer counseling. Does that make sense? Yes. Because communities are going to have to understand what recovery really means. And I don't think there's anybody better to do that than recovering persons. You with me? This has to reach into the CSBs. They have to understand how NAMI can be an aftercare component. Because that's one of the biggest challenges, one of the biggest fears I had with going into recovery was how was I going to maintain it and sustain it? How is it going to become sustainable? I had no idea. I knew what I didn't want to do, but I didn't know what moving forward looked like. This is purpose. How many of y'all in this room have a purpose today? Raise your hand, please. There you go. Can you imagine what your life would be like if you didn't have one? There you go. This is a purpose. This is a purpose that's based on what people want to do. Because that's what we said, you know. Hey, what do y'all want to do? And never they say, I want to go home and go to sleep. No, they said, let's do something, man. Let's shake something. Yes?
I'm going to answer your question. Yeah. The difference between the CPS and us is the CPS is working with clinicians in order to get services to the other consumers, and those services get paid for by DVHD. We actually don't get paid by DVHD or any of those other affiliates. Not even NAMI.
Yeah.
We actually make our own money, first of all. Second of all, each of us has our own task. So like on the computers, I'm also everything that you put your hands on that has our logo. I made the logo.
Yeah.
And you know, she was the secretary.
Executive secretary.
Don't say executive secretary.
I listened to every meeting,
Yeah.
recorded it, go back and play it back, type it up, listen to every conference call, replay hearing Bill's voice over and over, everybody. Go back, type it up, present it at the meeting, make sure I get the minutes right, make sure I'm accurate with the wording, present it because everything is recorded and it has to be
And
fidelity.
she keeps us in line.
Yeah, fidelity is her deal.
So
Fidelity,
that's,
yeah.
yeah,
We
it's
also
very
we also
important.
act as a voice the idea is to act as a voice. Our first voice opinion was given during House Bill 705.
Yes, well, we advocated for that, yeah, that's yeah, that's it.
We advocated for it.
And for the opening door to recovery project to become, to become in the Department of Corrections or the Department of Community Supervision now. We were able to advocate for that. We were able to advocate for the, whatever else I want. Did you have another question?
I do. I'm glad, actually, I'm not glad you said that, because I get so passionate when it comes to bills and things like that.
Right.
That NAMI as an organization has not educated its membership enough
Right.
about what's going on.
Right.
And I think that's,
Capitol Hill.
I think that's part of what we can do. I think that's why it would be
All the
powerful.
things that have to do with mental health, because, you know, I used to be a support group facilitator, and the consumers would complain about certain things, not knowing it's because of those decisions up there.
Right.
That's affecting you.
Right.
Right.
And I think those are the conversations. See, this is what the power of a consumer council is that very thing that you're saying, that very understanding that you're saying. That's what has to happen. Anybody else got questions? Anybody else got any questions? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I want to also add, we have our own dual diagnosis program, which I sit in, and I've been sitting in these programs free for over 2 years now, where we have people and help them. It's almost like a AA meeting,
But
we
that's-
talk about the mental illness, and we do that too, and we fund that out. So.
Right, and so this is the thing. I think, and this is basically what we're talking about. The diversity that we represent creates a diversity in the different types of services. I think that NAMI has to have a bigger name. I think that instead of being an illness story, it's got to be a recovery story, right? I think it's got to be about us. Hey, could you flip that light on right behind you, Neil? Thank you. It's got to be about turning the lights on recovery. I told you I'm gifted like that. Yes, sir.
If you do that, you're gonna have to change the name of NAMI.
Huh?
If you do that, you're gonna have to change the name.
There you go. And I ain't mad at you. You understand what I'm saying? Because if we can grow till you have to change the name, I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Because they used to call me a lot of different things. You understand? But they changed my name. Today they call me Bill. They call me a person in long-term recovery. And I call you family. And I say I love you. Thank you for y'all time.
Be sure to visit us on Facebook, and we have our website is up, so go check us out. Visit us on Facebook, and we have information that you can't use, share it with someone else that may can.
The
No, let me get one more
website
picture.
is ccganami.org.
Jeff, can you stand up, Jeff?
It's on the
Yeah. He saw it after. Okay.
And if anybody needs a brochure, I have extra brochures. Please come get them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would anyone like one of Bill Carruthers cards?
There you go. Make sure that right there is one.
See, and I did.
All of them.